Laurence McKenna, Jaackmate. Laurence McKenna is gonna have to go in. Right, so this week on the Lacha YouTube channel, we have got the best tier list in the world. I'm definitely not saying that because I created it, alright? UK YouTubers' best and worst tier list. I decided, you know what, it's December, it's time to wrap up the year and see who did great in the UK YouTube scene and who produced stinkers. So I've presented probably the most noticeable YouTubers from the UK YouTube scene. If your favourite YouTuber is not on there, that's because I can't put myself on there, alright? But I've also decided to put in specific people who've been on this channel before, and I'll give you my updated thoughts and feelings of these creators as we get to them. First up in the tier list, we have got a Mr. Kirkham. Now, to be perfectly honest, Kirkham main channel fanboys, it's looking a little bit dry, alright? Now, while admittedly he has produced some bangers here, he hasn't uploaded in 9 months. But on the Kirkham baby second channel, he is producing consistent content with his girlfriend and his grandma. You know what? It's mildly entertaining. So you know what, Mr. Kirkham, you've had a bit of a rough year, but you know what? I'm gonna put you in. Could be better. ImAllexx. Now I'm starting to see a trend with commentary channels here. They're very inconsistent, but in the videos that ImAllexx does produce, they are mildly entertaining. Imagine Kirkham, but of a lisp. Oh, fuck, that's just hard. Imagine Kirkham, but somewhat regularly uploaded. So in that regard, I'm going to put ImAllexx in the solid choice category. Now we have a Mr. Jaackmate. Already I've got a bit of a bias towards this man because he made a very successful video for me, so I appreciate that, mate. Every time I hear the happy hour jingle, I just think views are being made. But once again, a channel that has fallen short of an upload schedule. These commentary channels forget their channels exist and go on to another channel. But in all fairness, I've even made a video on the happy hour podcast saying how it is probably the best podcast out there. So in terms of happy hour clips, it's a daily routine to watch them for me. Main channel wise though, could be a bit better. WIllNE is another YouTuber who's fallen victim to a lack of an upload schedule. Fuck's sake, boys, please upload. The UK YouTube scene is dying. You can't just watch Sidemen over and over and over again. But in all fairness, I will be a bit biased to WIllNE as well, because not only does he have the Waffling podcast, which is also a solid podcast, whenever WIllNE does upload, he does produce bangers, I think, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to plop WIllNE in a solid choice because he's not consistent with his Waffling podcast either. As much as I'd love for him to be consistent with his podcast, that would put him in the daily routine to watch them. Carey, one of the few YouTubers that I watch that actually makes me have a laugh. But he's one of the few guys from YouTube that actually produce skits that are funny. Because as we all know, Americans can't be entertaining. I'm gonna have to put him in daily routine to watch them, just because this man actually makes me have a giggle. But now we're on to the big man himself, KSI. Now I have a lot of respect for KSI because, well, he's an absolute YouTube legend. But unfortunately, he kind of produces the same sort of videos every single week or day, or occasionally, you know, a couple weeks. But when he does something different, I find him really entertaining. So you know what, I'm gonna have to put him in produce bangers only, because even though all his content isn't for me, I can definitely see why people are appealed to it. Laurence McKenna, he's been on this channel a few times now. He's helped me out quite a bit, but you know what, Laurence is actually a solid guy. He just made a little bit of a cock up at the Clash Creators event, and actually after I made those videos, I ended up having a chat with him, and he's actually a decent guy. That's few and far between from YouTube. Oh, fuck's sake. Man, no wonder I don't make collabs with anyone. But taking into consideration what he does for True Geordie, Laurence McKenna is gonna have to go in daily routine to watch them. Bit of a shock to the system there for some of you, but you know what? He's actually a sound guy. He made a bit of a cock up, we gave him a spanking for it, and now we've moved on. Niko Omilana, you know what? Straight away, produce bangers only. Like I said about Johnny, Niko is a person who actually makes me laugh with his content. It's few and far between on YouTube nowadays. And yes, while he too was suffering from a lack of an upload schedule, it's like waiting for Quentin Tarantino to produce a film, because you know it's going to be a fucking banger. The Sidemen. Yes, I know I put KSI separate, that's because he's the only one I watch besides the Sidemen. No offense to any of the lads, it's just KSI is far more entertaining. Now Sidemen, I'm actually not going to put in produce bangers only, because every time they produce a hide and seek video, I want to kill myself. Like, if I actually wanted to know good hide and seek plays, I'd ask fucking Kate McCann. I do actually like to watch them or more Sidemen, even though it's not entirely daily. I can definitely see the appeal every single Sunday watching the Sidemen, you know, I can appreciate that. But for the content they make, it's not really aimed at me, so I've put them in daily routine to watch them. Stephen Tries, possibly the funniest guy on YouTube. But unfortunately, if I was going to put him based on his upload schedule this year, he'd be in stinkers only. But even watching his second channel, it's a fucking laugh every time he uploads. But just for producing bangers every time he uploads, I'm going to have to put him in the top tier. TGFBro recently made a video on these guys, absolute fucking lads. And I think there's no competition here. produces bangers only. Thafnine. A lot of you probably don't know who this guy is, but honestly, I think he's a very underrated UK YouTuber. And yes, while he's uploaded twice this year, I could put that entirely down to him taking that long to edit a video. It's disgusting, really. All his videos are based around on niche topics within gaming, and I don't know why, but just for me, it hits a sweet spot for me. So you know what? I'm gonna have to put him in produce bangers only, even though he doesn't upload consistently, but he has a second channel where he uploads every single week. Brian, aka True Geordie, I'm gonna have to put him with Laurence purely because, well, you can't have one without the other. Yin and yang and all that sort of shit. But I've put them both in daily routine to watch instead of produce bangers only, because I don't watch every single upload they ever do, because most of their content isn't for me. But whenever they do true news and such, I'm always fucking watching it and having a blast watching. Jacksucksatlife, a YouTube genius. You know what? That's for the Tesla. Fuck you, Jack. Jealousy is not an ugly emotion. Fuck anyone who thinks that. And finally, we have WIllNE for this tier list of UK YouTubers. It's going to stingers only. Thank you guys for watching. But in all fairness, I'm going to have to put WIllNE in daily routine to watch them, because he's on the same level of True Geordie. Because when he does make videos that appeal to me, they are absolute fucking bangers and everyone should watch them. But that is the completed tier list there. The best and worst UK YouTubers I can think of. Sorry if the favourite YouTuber isn't there. Like I said, I can't put myself in there. That is biased. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit.